All right, so we're diving into Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Ready?
Let's do it.
I know you're into this stuff, personal finance and all that.
Definitely. Always been fascinated by it.
This book, I mean, it's like a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic for sure. Even if it stirs up a lot of debate.
Exactly. We're going to get into all of that, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to unpack, well, basically these two totally different mindsets about money.
Right. From his own experience, from the rich dad and the poor dad.
I bet some of this will make you rethink how you see money. Like, is your house actually an asset?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Kiyosaki basically says, maybe not.
Spoiler alert, right.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. And also, why knowing about taxes, like really understanding them in corporations, why that's crucial if you want to build real wealth.
It's not just about a paycheck, right?
No, not at all. It's about, making money work for you.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about this book is how it challenges that whole idea of work hard at a job, save your money.
Climb the ladder.
Exactly. Kiyosaki's basically saying that's the road to always working for money
You're stuck,
instead of having money work for you.
which is what we all want.
Yeah.
I think so. I love the way he sets all this up with the two dads. It's like brilliant storytelling.
It really is. You've got his own father, the poor dad.
Highly educated, worked a normal job, but always struggling financially.
Struggling, yeah. And then there's his friend's dad, the rich dad.
Self-made entrepreneur, never even finished school, but he was incredibly smart about money.
That's the contrast, right?
Huge contrast. It shows you right away that, financial success, it's not just about hard work or even like how much you know.
Not just a degree.
It's something else. It's understanding how money works and having the right, strategies.
I think so.
Okay, let's break down one of the most basic ideas, financial literacy. What Kiyosaki is saying is most people are totally clueless about money, right?
Yeah, I think he's saying that a lot of us are taught how to earn money, but not really how to manage it.
Or grow it.
Exactly, or grow it. And that's where this whole assets versus liabilities thing comes in, and that's where things get a little,
Controversial.
yeah, a little bit.
Let's talk about the house thing. Okay?
Mhm.
Most people would say their house, that's their biggest asset.
Right. Makes sense.
But the rich dad, he's like, hold on. If your house is costing you a ton of money, with the mortgage payments, property taxes, all those repairs,
It's actually acting like a liability.
it's owning you.
It's about what's owning you versus what you own.
Mind blown.
So Rich Dad, he wants you to focus on building up a collection of assets, things that put money in your pocket.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Rental properties, maybe? Stocks, bonds, anything that generates income.
Okay, so those are assets. What are some examples of liabilities?
Well, things like car loans, credit card debt, and yeah, sometimes even that house with the big, never-ending mortgage.
Gotcha. So it's not that owning a house is wrong, right? It's more about, is it helping you reach your financial goals right now?
I think that's the question, yeah.
It's about being honest with yourself.
This all leads to another kind of core idea that people get wrong.
Okay, hit me with that.
Mind your own business.
That's good advice.
When you first hear that, you probably think it means stay in your lane, don't butt into other people's stuff.
I would think that, yeah.
But Kiyosaki, he means something totally different.
Lay it on me.
For him, minding your own business means building your own column of assets, creating businesses or investments that make money.
Without a job.
Independent of a job, exactly. It's the opposite of what the poor dad would advise, get a secure job and climb that ladder.
So instead of trading your hours for dollars at a job, you're making systems that make money for you even when you're sleeping.
That's the dream, right?
That's the dream. And that's where understanding taxes and corporations, all that stuff comes in.
Yeah, it's all connected. Kiyosaki goes into the history of taxes.
Really?
Which I thought was surprisingly interesting. Did you know taxes were originally only for the wealthy?
No way.
Over time, they've become something everyone pays, and Kiyosaki, he sees that as a big part of why the rich get richer.
It's about understanding the system.
It is, definitely. He's not saying to cheat on your taxes, that's illegal, but Rich Dad, he says corporations are a completely legal way to, minimize your tax burden.
It's a tool the wealthy use.
It's about financial intelligence. It's not just working hard, it's working smart.
Okay, so we've talked about financial literacy, assets and liabilities, minding your own business.
Yeah.
But Kiyosaki also gets real about the obstacles people face.
Yeah, the things that trip us up.
He talks about this idea of inventing money. What do you think of that?
It's classic Kiyosaki, isn't it? It challenges that idea of just waiting around for opportunities.
You got to create them.
He wants you to be a creator, to see the potential in things that other people might see as problems.
He has that story, right? About buying that messed up condo for $1
$1.
and then flipping it for a profit. It's about being resourceful and not being afraid to, think differently.
Absolutely. The rich dad, he was all about that proactive mindset.
Even if you're not, a business person, that mindset can apply to like your whole financial life.
Negotiating a raise, finding creative ways to invest. It's about taking control.
That's what makes this book so good. It's not just financial advice. It's a new way of thinking.
A whole new way of looking at things. Yeah. Back again for more Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
I'm still thinking about all those mindsets, the different ways of thinking Kiyosaki talks about.
Yeah, me too. It's like, it reminds me of this one quote I really like from the book. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them.
Wow.
Right?
It's like so simple, but it just
Yeah.
makes you stop and think.
It really does.
Are we in control? Or is it the other way around? Is money controlling us?
That's the question, isn't it? It's like a total shift,
How so?
from scarcity to abundance, from just reacting to things to being proactive.
Taking charge.
Exactly. And that's where financial intelligence comes in.
Kiyosaki gives some great examples of how to use that intelligence, to make smart choices.
Yeah, like investing in assets that actually generate income, not liabilities that drain your resources.
He talks about rental properties, businesses, even remember that idea of not always rushing to buy a house.
Right. Sometimes renting might be the smarter move financially.
It's all about seeing the bigger picture, understanding what builds real wealth.
Long-term thinking and
Yeah.
becoming financially literate. That's key.
What does that mean exactly?
He really stresses understanding those financial statements, taxes, all that stuff, and using leverage to your advantage.
It can feel overwhelming.
It can. But he wants you to be the one in control, making informed decisions about your money.
Not just like following the crowd.
Exactly. Thinking for yourself.
What really stood out to me was his whole thing about learning from mistakes.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
He talks about how his rich dad actually encouraged him to embrace failure, see it as a chance to learn.
That's so important. So many people are terrified of making a mistake.
Yeah, well,
They won't even try. But Kiyosaki, he sees failure as a stepping stone, like a necessary part of the process.
a chance to get better, to grow.
Exactly. He even says failure inspires winners and failure defeats losers.
It's all about how you choose to respond.
Right. Do you let it crush you or do you use it to come back stronger?
That resilience thing, it's not just about money. It's about like everything in life.
Couldn't agree more. And it all ties into another big theme in the book, taking action.
You gotta do something.
It's not enough to just read about this stuff or daydream about being rich. You have to actually get out there and do something.
Kiyosaki is big on that do something attitude.
Take that first step, even if it's small, and keep moving forward.
Build momentum.
Create habits. Don't let fear hold you back. He gives some really good advice on how to actually make that happen.
Like what?
Setting clear goals, making a plan, breaking down those big goals into smaller, manageable steps.
Bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. He also talks about finding mentors, advisors, people who have already achieved what you want.
So you don't have to figure it all out on your own.
Yeah, it's like having your own personal rich dad, cheering you on, sharing their wisdom. As we're talking about this, it's hitting me that Rich Dad, Poor Dad is like so much bigger than just personal finance.
It's a philosophy.
It's a blueprint for creating a life of freedom and choice.
Empowering yourself. Taking control of your finances, your career, your whole life.
Breaking free from those limitations.
That society puts on us.
Embracing abundance. And he's great at challenging those beliefs, the ones we often inherit, about money, work, success. They might be holding us back without us even realizing it.
He makes you question everything.
He does. He wants you to create your own definition of success, your own path.
Not just follow the traditional model.
Mm-hmm.
Go to school, get a good job, save for retirement. That doesn't work for everyone anymore.
Especially these days, things are changing so fast.
Kiyosaki's message is about being independent, being self-reliant. It feels more relevant than ever.
Definitely. He's giving us a whole new way to think about money.
Building wealth.
And it applies to any goal, really.
Like what?
Starting a business, investing in real estate, even just creating a more secure future for yourself.
It's a framework.
This quote always sticks with me. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth.
So good.
Financial success, it's not just about luck, it's about mindset and intelligence and taking consistent action.
It's about taking charge.
Creating the life you want. It's inspiring, you know? It can inspire anyone who's ready to listen.
As we keep exploring Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm excited to dig into more of those strategies, how to actually turn those dreams of financial freedom into reality.
Me too. I think the next part will be especially helpful for anyone who's feeling stuck. Kiyosaki has some really practical advice on overcoming obstacles.
Like what kind of obstacles?
He talks about fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, arrogance, like those 5 roadblocks that can get in the way.
We all struggle with those.
We do, but what's great is he doesn't just point them out. He gives specific strategies for how to deal with each one.
I like that he approaches this from a personal development angle, not just financial.
Totally. He's all about mindset, being positive, developing discipline and resilience.
Those are the qualities that support success.
It's not just about the numbers, it's about those inner beliefs and behaviors that can sabotage us.
He talks about who you surround yourself with.
Having positive influences, seeking out mentors, always learning and growing.
It's about confronting those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
The ones that tell us we're not good enough or we can't achieve what we want.
You have to challenge those beliefs, replace them with empowering thoughts.
Create a more supportive environment for yourself.
He even gets into things like affirmations, visualization, the power of the subconscious mind.
It's cool how he connects that stuff to financial success.
It's that holistic approach that makes this book so different. It's about aligning your inner world with your goals.
That's not just external, it's internal too. A lot of his advice, it applies to life in general.
I think so too. Overcoming obstacles, developing a positive mindset, taking action.
It's not just about money. It's about creating a life of purpose.
Recognizing that financial freedom is just one piece of that.
It's about defining your own success, pursuing your passions.
And knowing that you have the power to do it.
As we continue with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm really impressed by how deep his insights are. He goes beyond those surface-level tips.
He makes you think differently.
And that's why this book is so popular, why it's lasted so long. It's not just about getting rich. It's about creating a life of freedom.
A life lived on your own terms.
It's a powerful message, and it speaks to everyone.
We all want that security, that feeling of meaning and purpose.
As we wrap up this part, I want to leave our listener with a question. What if real wealth isn't just about our bank accounts? What if it's about our minds, our hearts, our ability to grow?
That's a good question. Makes you realize that wealth is about so much more than just money.
It's about those inner qualities that lead to a truly abundant life.
Where money is a tool that supports your dreams, not something that controls you.
And it's about recognizing that the journey to wealth, in all its forms, is a journey of becoming the best version of yourself.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's about embracing the adventure, the challenges, the whole experience.
Because the real rewards aren't just at the end. They're in the journey itself.
I think it's time for us to move on to the last part of our deep dive.
When we come back, we'll get into some of Kiyosaki's more specific strategies. His insights on investing, real estate, entrepreneurship.
Get ready for more practical tips and inspiration.
All right, we're back. Last part of our Rich Dad, Poor Dad deep dive.
I'm ready. We've talked big picture stuff, but now I'm thinking, let's get specific.
Totally. Kiyosaki gives us actual strategies, for building that wealth.
He does. He gets right into it. Investing, real estate, starting your own business. He even challenges, those traditional ideas about buying a house.
He does.
Sometimes renting might make more sense financially. It's all about making choices that fit your goals.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with investing. Kiyosaki seems to think everyone should be an investor, not just people with, tons of money.
He does. He really emphasizes that. And one thing I found interesting is he sees investing as a skill.
You got to learn it.
Yeah, something you develop. It's not just about picking some random stocks or handing your money to some advisor.
Rich Dad was all about knowing the different kinds of assets.
Stocks, bonds, real estate, even precious metals. And he was big on making decisions based on your own research.
Doing your homework.
Exactly. He even talks about starting a business as a form of investment.
You're in control.
The ultimate control, right? It's about actively growing your wealth, not just waiting around.
Being proactive.
Yeah. And that's where understanding things like market cycles comes in.
What's that?
Rich Dad had the saying, buy when there's blood in the streets.
Whoa, that's intense.
It means basically having the guts to invest when everyone else is freaking out and selling.
That's when the deals are.
Often, yeah. It's
Yeah.
that contrarian thinking, seeing the opportunity when others see only risk.
Smart, if you're in it for the long haul.
Long-term thinking.
Okay.
Exactly. It takes confidence, though.
Okay, let's talk about real estate. That seems to be, like, Kiyosaki's favorite.
Definitely one of his top picks. He spends a lot of time in the book explaining how real estate can make you money,
Passive income.
and it can go up in value over time.
Yeah.
Plus, there might be some tax advantages. He shares a lot of his own stories
Hmm.
about buying, selling, managing rental properties.
Did you know he bought his first rental when he was only 26?
26? Talk about getting an early start.
He was all about learning by doing.
He was. But here's the thing. He also cautions against just assuming that buying a house is always a good investment.
Just because everyone says it is.
Right. You have to look at your own situation. Does it actually fit your goals?
Make sure it makes sense for you.
And there are so many different ways to invest in real estate. You can buy rentals, flip houses, even get into commercial real estate.
It's a whole world.
It is. The key is finding what works for you, your risk tolerance.
Okay, what about starting a business? That seems like Kiyosaki sees that as the ultimate path.
I think he does. He sees it as a way to create your own opportunities, be your own boss.
You build something from nothing?
But he's really clear that you need that financial literacy if you're going to run a business.
You have to understand how it all works.
Cash flow, profit, all of that. He actually compares starting a business to playing Monopoly.
Interesting.
You know, you got to know how to get assets, manage your cash, make smart decisions to win the game.
I love that. He also says that being an entrepreneur is all about constant learning.
Always learning something new, facing challenges, growing.
You have to be okay with that. Stepping outside your comfort zone.
Taking risks. Calculated risks, of course.
So after all this, after our whole deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what are like the big takeaways?
The things people should remember.
What can people actually do?
I think the biggest one is that anyone can achieve financial freedom.
It's possible.
But it's not magic. It takes effort. And you have to be willing to think differently.
You have to believe you can change your situation.
No matter where you're starting from, take control, create the life you want. And it all starts with that first step.
That first step can be anything, right?
It can be. Setting up a budget, starting to invest, even just reading another book about this stuff.
To get moving.
Build momentum.
Yeah.
And remember, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about way more than just like tactics and tricks.
It's a whole mindset.
A new way of thinking about money, wealth, success.
Question those old beliefs that might be holding you back.
There's a whole world of possibilities out there.
And remember, this journey to financial freedom, it's not a one-time thing.
It's ongoing, always learning, growing.
This has been amazing. We've explored so much, from the two dads, to investing strategies, to those inner obstacles, to starting a business. It's been a lot.
It has. But I hope it's been helpful for everyone listening.
I think it has. I hope people feel inspired and ready to take action.
Definitely. Remember, financial freedom, it's not a destination, it's a journey. And the most important step is the one you take today.
So true.
What will you choose? Will you stay where you are, or will you create the future you want?
That's a great question to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
We hope you got a lot out of it.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building that path to financial freedom.
And remember, the most valuable asset you have is your mind. Invest in it, and it will pay off in ways you can't even imagine.